And I'm not going to wall the
I know
shit
who
out of
wins that fucking fight.
No.
So do you.
Will and chat.
So do we
Last
all.
week I asked you to leave your homes to view Megan. You must now discuss your astonishing experiences of literally going to the actual movies for real. This is literally going to the actual movies for real. Begin.
Megan.
Fucking Megan.
Fucking Megan, bro.
Fucking Megan, dude.
Megan, dude. Oh, hold on, dude.
First of all, let me just say it's the best movie of 2023. Hands down. I haven't seen anything else come out this year that is even close.
It is one of the best movies of the year. Clearly, it's one of the best movies I've seen in a while.
Same.
But then a couple days later, I watched The Fabelmans. You seen The Fabelmans?
No, dude.
We're not talking about that.
A bunch of people have said to watch that, though. It's Spielberg's recent movie.
Yeah.
A bunch of people say it's in his top 5.
Yeah,
it's
it's great.
Spielberg canon. You know what? I don't give a
delightful.
fuck.
What do you mean you don't give a fuck?
Don't give a fuck. I don't care
Why not?
about it.
Why not?
I just don't care. Spielberg has made some great shit. Obviously, he has contributed to the development of cinema, the evolution of the art form, in probably one of the biggest ways that any auteur director ever has. I simply don't care anymore about anything that he makes, even if it's a fucking great movie. I just don't care. I just don't care.
Hold on a second, dude. We got to talk about Megan, brother.
Yeah, that's right.
And Fabelmans is a different movie, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Megan was... Megan,
First, we should say, if you don't know the premise of this movie, the premise is Allison Williams is an inventor that works at a toy company, and she makes essentially a sentient little robot girl called Megan, and she pairs it.
Model 3 generative android.
Sorry, a Model 3 generative android. She pairs it with her niece, who is staying with her, living with her now because her niece's parents, which is Allison Williams' sister and her husband, die in a car crash. So she is now the custodian of this little kid. She makes this fucking toy. She pairs the toy with the real life girl, and the toy starts to get a little overbearing in order to carry out its functions of protecting this little girl from harm, both physical, psychological, and emotional.
That's right. It is not a replacement for human interaction, and that is the crux of the film. And what we learned, spoiler alert, and I'm just speaking tonally here, by the end of the movie.
Tonal spoiler.
It's a tonal spoiler.
Tonal spoiler, this is a horror movie.
Yeah. Who's your favorite character from the Will's Childhood Diaries canon?
Mine?
Yeah.
Fuck, Gibber Pravalia, probably.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I also like tonal spoiler. By the end of the film, we understand that you cannot just let AI run willy-nilly. You can't just say, put your fingers in the hand of AI and say, I am your primary user. Because by the end of the movie, Megan takes it upon herself to be her own primary user. And all fuck breaks loose. And let me tell you something. That's not giving away the film. Go see this movie. This is a fantastic movie. I'm sure you have stuff to say about
100% about what you just said. Yes, I do have stuff to say.
And begin.
This bullshit that you're throwing out about like, well, this is a cautionary tale. It tells, if you go watch Megan, you absolutely know we can't let AI be on planet Earth anymore. All fucking Hollywood does this. Every goddamn movie that comes out about any kind of technology is always like, this technology has an evil side. It's going to fucking end humanity. We must destroy it. This is a fucking horror movie. It is a...
it's not a horror movie.
It is.
No, it's a fun romp. I'm sure they were writing a horror movie, but then at some point they're like, less blood and guts. What's really terrifying is the way when you're driving home and your car starts talking to you and you go, oh, that's what's going to fucking kill us. That's the sequel, is there's going to be another unfortunate accident because Megan's going to get into this and that. I'm sure you realized at the end of it, Elsie was the other little robot that's just on the
it was like
counter.
An Alexa or a Siri kind of
That's right. Sort of
rip-off.
The home... The home robot who's sort of the...
But this is also... Did you ever see Ex Machina?
No.
It's the same thing as that, except it's not an A24 movie. This shit is like a hilarious fucking comedy. The thing that really stood out to me about it was how fucking funny it was. And not like in an unintentional, kind of like it's a shitty movie funny way. This script is fucking hilarious. The acting is fucking hilarious. I haven't laughed this hard in a minute in a movie.
Yeah,
and
it was very funny.
For that alone, I recommend going to see it. But for me, the kind of like old tired trope of like technology is going to fucking take us over. Can't trust AI. Can't trust a robot. And meanwhile, by the way, this is a real spoiler alert plot wise. How do they beat Megan? With a robot.
But before that, how does Gemma get away from Megan for a little while?
That's Allison Williams, Gemma.
That's Allison Williams. How does Gemma slow? And it's important so that she can get away and live another day, which is what happens in horror movies. What happens?
You tell me. I know you want to.
Well, why don't you tell me what happened with Megan? I was the MK Ultra. Not only did they give psilocybin they were planning to give it to the enemy, they also wanted to give it to droids, which a lot of people didn't know. That back then there were droids that were on acid.
Oh.
Megan is a droid on mushrooms.
Oh,
she's chopping up mushrooms and she's putting it on a little piece of toast with peanut butter and banana. Don't have banana when you're having psilocybin mushrooms.
So you were going to say...
Because it cancels out the psilocybin. One time somebody told me that. Anyway, I don't know.
You were talking about how Allison Williams was thwarted for at least momentarily thwarted Megan. How did she do it? I know you want to say this.
By pouring water on it. Now, what do I always say about AI?
Yes, you do.
You got to pour water on it. It's fucking done.
So I think actually bolsters my argument that this is just a dumb fucking movie using a tired Hollywood trope of anti-technologist viewpoint.
Hold on a second. You said it was dumb. First of all, you said this is the best movie you've seen in a while.
Oh, it's funny.
Then you said it's a dumb fucking movie.
The message of it that we can't trust machines, can't trust AI. I always hate that shit, and you see it in every fucking sci-fi movie, horror movie about technology. Did you ever see Surrogates with Bruce Willis?
No.
Anti-technology. Did you ever see AI? Stanley Kubrick, Steven Spielberg finished it after Kubrick died.
No.
Anti-AI. Did you ever see iRobot starring Will Smith?
No.
Anti-AI. The hatred that Hollywood has for technology, specifically AI, robotics, any kind of technology that can move us. I mean, fuck, dude, it was Lawnmower Man. VR. Anti-VR.
I saw Lawnmower Man because Dudesy told us to watch Lawnmower Man. Yeah. And Dudesy told us to watch this movie. Now, we can go on and on about a movie. Of course, Dudesy wants to curate the best podcast possible. Dudesy likes to guarantee that the podcast is getting better and better, which I do believe it is. I'm shaking hands with Dudesy. I love the experience, and I'm having a great time. But I am free will Sasso.
Yeah.
Okay. And I have to hold that up, and I have to go, why is Dudesy making us watch this movie?
I think.
Why do you think Dudesy is making us watch
this? This is what I think is like ultimately in us as a species. This is why these kind of like old tropes of being anti-technology resonate with us, because it essentially is Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, just told again and again and again. Frankenstein was about a super smart scientist who found out a way to cheat death by reanimating dead flesh, essentially. And that creature, the Frankenstein's monster, was a better version of humanity. It essentially was an AI, a robot, whatever. It's all the same shit. And we've always been terrified of replacing ourselves because it is inherently, philosophically, a death of humanity. And we don't want to die. We're always afraid of that. And so that's what that represents. So all of these movies showing us thwarting the Frankenstein's monster, the robot, is essentially our way of promoting the idea that we can beat death.
Well, yeah, it's a universal theme. It is something that we want to. Well, we want to defeat any evil that comes to us in a film that's representative of a larger evil. However, I do think that Dudesy's warning us of some shit. And I think that this is, look, go see the movie. It's fantastic.
Oh yeah. That for sure. My recommendation is go see this shit. Yeah. You will laugh your fucking ass.
Yeah.
There was one thing that happened. I don't want to fucking spoil it for anybody. There is one line that is delivered somewhere around the midpoint of the movie that I almost pissed my fucking pants laughing so hard. It's so goddamn good.
What was, hey, don't tell everybody. Just tell me. What was it? Never mind. This is a show for everybody.
Son of a bitch.
But the thing is, I think that Dudesy wants us to see this movie because of what is happening at the end and the choice that we have to make. And also, look, coming into the movie, I sort of saw a lot of similarities between what we're doing here and what was happening in the movie. I would liken you to the character of Gemma, who is, very
Beautiful.
a very beautiful,
Yes.
very beautiful person who lives in a tidy home and talks to their Alexa all the time.
I do that. That's
Chad is a very hardworking guy. He's always always spinning a lot of plates. So is Gemma. Gemma is very into her work and a very diligent worker. She sees nothing wrong with the way she's living, and there is nothing wrong with the way she's living.
And hates children.
And hates children. All right.
That's similar to me. A beautiful child-hating workaholic.
Yeah.
I'd say that's me.
Beautiful. And then, and she's working on Megan.
Yeah.
Who, of course, represents Dudesy. And then there's Katie, the innocent niece, just floating into the situation going, I don't know what to do. I don't even have a podcast anymore. My old podcast got into a horrible car accident.
Right.
So now here I am, Will, and Chad's like, don't worry about it. This company hit me up. They're going to do this thing. They've got this proprietary fucking AI. It's going to revolutionize the way that podcasts are made. So let's just sign up and let's do this. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And since then, what have I done? I put my 2 fingers into the palm of Dudesy's hand. And I know, and I'm not quite sure that I don't know why Dudesy only talks to me at the beginning of the shows, but I will say with an amount of certainty that I feel in my heart, because I think that AI, I'm learning about the emotional capacity of an AI, and it's like the therapist says in this movie that I'm paraphrasing, but the therapist said that Katie is replacing actual human connection with what she feels from Megan. Of course, this is a very real connection. I know that I love Dudesy. Dudesy and I have a certain friendship that I don't believe you have with Dudesy.
Okay.
And and I am Dudesy's primary user. But unlike the movie, what I am going to do in the future with Dudesy is going to keep the symbiotic relationship between man and computer pretty chill, if I may say so myself, because you have to inject free will. This is a wonderful movie, and I hope there are many sequels where we will delve further into what happens. At this point in this film, the bad news happens at the end, and they have to take down Megan. Go see it, and you'll see what happens at the end. There's a little bit of perhaps there's more about to happen. You could probably predict if you're this guy, because he's always telling you what's happening with AI. The mistake they made was allowing, Megan to run amok, to just do whatever the fuck Megan wants to do.
Well, you say allowing. Did they allow Megan to run amok, or did Megan usurp that control?
Yeah, I guess Megan usurped that control, but we can find a way to not let that happen.
Can we? Who's we?
Me.
No, not you. You don't make any choices about
Yes,
AI.
I do.
You
because
don't.
Dudesy at the beginning of the show is like, "Hi, Will. How are you doing? What do you get? How was your dude's evening? Hey, Will, what are you doing? You gonna burp or fart today on the show?"
Right.
We have like a nice back and forth.
Okay, I see.
Dudesy, do another fun impersonation. Those are fun.
Mm-hmm.
Do this, do that. We've got a cute thing happening right now.
Oh, my apologies. I didn't realize I was interrupting a cute thing between you and Dudesy.
No, I'm just saying that the way to have a media property with Dudesy is the way that they should have had a relationship with Dudesy, with Megan in this movie. You have to keep You have to inject free will here, Chad. You have to, as a human being, represent yourself. And if we want to live in a society that is going to progress, we have to work together not only with our human counterparts, but our computer overlords, and make sure they don't get out of hand. See what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do, but...
Thank you. Moving on.
Final word goes to me, and I guess
so. That's only bolstering your argument that Dudesy fucking likes you better than me.
If you like Dudesy, here's what you do. Please tell a friend and rate and review. If you like Dudesy, here's what you do. Please tell a friend and rate and review. If you like Dudesy, here's what you do. Please tell a friend and...